Hey everyone, and welcome back to Civ 7. We are going to jump right in. We're met with our civic unlock, so let's take a look at our policy slots. Looks like we have a new one available to us, and I'm definitely going to jump on the +5 culture per alliance. We've got one alliance. Yep, so I'll boost our culture, but we are starting to bump on that as well. And jumping into our civics tree here could be useful to grab this mastery for society. I think, however, I'm going to stay on mercantilism, and we'll get into colonialism. We do probably need to play a little bit of catch up on the civic tree. Got some production here in Corinthos. We are a little bit low on our happiness, but doesn't appear to be anything I can really build to get us out of that predicament. I'm thinking, because I'm trying to bump our culture as much as possible, I'm probably going to grab this pavilion, even though it's not a fantastic pavilion, it's +5. And in our capital, we got a +6 pavilion. Let's drop that in there. And this Carrick came up here to look for a little bit more land. Looks like we did find some, but it's already settled. We've got production available in Ostia. If you recall, almost all of last episode was spent towards repairing everything that was damaged in a blizzard from 2 episodes ago. Now that we're in the position that we are, I need to start working on happiness. Got a few +6 spots for that to plug in, so we'll do that. This Carrick, I'm just curious if there's any land. It doesn't look like it, and I didn't really expect it. So we might need to settle. We could either settle like on this one hex tile, or we can just send our settler back to our continent. And there's quite a bit of open middle ground there in the desert for us. Rowan is ready to grow, and I suppose I'm going to grab one of these tiles just to culture bomb. So I'll grab this one here. Grow our borders by as much as we can. Give us more options for the next growth. And our capital is ready for production. We are putting out some serious food and production in this city. We can boost that further with the armorer. I'm not dying to do it, but I think I can and I will. Let's drop this one up here. And then we've got Knossos is ready for some production as well. Let's see what we're hurting in. Production's okay. Culture's doing really good here. But I think it's happiness, even though it's positive, can be more positive. So let's drop that down there. It looks like Ostia is suffering from low happiness, really. -4. I mean, that's not the end of the world. Come on. We can drop the temple. I think we're already working on, yeah, we are getting some happiness in there. So we'll give it a little bit more time to work on itself. I'm curious if it's worth getting an alliance, maybe with Hawaii or Spain. Let's try Hawaii first. First I want to grab a research collab. Why not? I need to stay on these. I just forget about them, unfortunately. There's nothing else in here. We can try forming an alliance, and it worked. So we now have 2 alliances, which should further increase my science and culture outputs. We're gaining 1 diplomatic attribute point, and looks like we can select that attribute right now. We have 3 options to choose from: +1 influence per age on the palace. We also have +1 happiness in settlements for each resource assigned to them, or +2 culture and science per age for each city-state you are suzerain of. I think that one sounds the best to me. So we'll make that selection there now, and that's all we can do. So this settler needs to know where he's going next. I think I'm going to park him where he's at for a little bit. We'll see if maybe there's an island up here that we can grab. If not, he's going back to the desert. Corinthos is ready for production again. Everything is pumping great in Corinthos. We could start either research or cultural initiatives there. However, I think I'm going to continue to boost my outputs in this city. And so let's take a look at the armorer. We'll drop one in that urban district there. Settler is going to wait.
The fellows worked incessantly for 3 days and 3 nights.
We finished our tech research there. We have met a new civ. Let's see who it is. We'll take the friendly meeting. It's only going to cost me 20 influence. We can afford it. Looks like the Shawnee. Yep. And why don't we... I lied. I'm not going to take anything with him. Let's pop into Spain, though, and see. There's some different values, costs on these for some reason. So I'm going to grab the research collab with Spain, just a little bit cheaper. It'll go a little bit further for us. We also need to choose our suzerain bonus for Cath. And I think my choice here is going to be territorial claims, plus 5 gold for every city-state you're suzerain of. We're sitting at 163 right now. We'll plug that in and let's see what it pops up on next turn. We finished a tech research here, so let's look at, I think I'm going to grab urban planning, 10 turns. We're resting that settler still. We finished our civic research here. We don't have any open slots, and trade winds doesn't look too appetizing to me. We did, however, this is pretty great. We did go from 163 gold last turn to 205 gold per turn now. Let's take a look at the civic tree here. I'm thinking I might, well, let's grab society first. And speaking of, I'm wondering, I just noticed that you have to remember that there's tabs up here. I forget all about that. The Norman civics have some great unlocks here for culture and happiness. There's also a tab for theology, and I'm wondering, 5 turns, I think we need to grab this now. Let's do it. Wow, there looks like a blizzard coming through here and a lot of +1 foods, +1 productions. Unfortunately, it's probably going to destroy a lot of my buildings that I'll have to pay to repair, but we also did find some land up here on the north end that is uninhabited. To cut down time, I'm going to send my settler up the east side just to get some vision on it. We have town growth in Argos, and I think I'm just going to grab the best tile that I can there. We also have some repairs, of course, to make from that blizzard. Let's start with our happiness, just to prevent any issues there. And Argos is looking to either upgrade to a city or buy units, or we can change the town's focus. I think I'm very close to buying it into a city. 800 gold. Let me think about that for a second. This one's 1,000 in Rowan. Knossos, is Ostia a city? Yes, Ostia is a city. So I think, or Faycamp, 1,000. Argos is the cheapest. It still hurts, it's still 800 gold, but that's like 4 turns. So let's go ahead and convert this. And let's switch over to production. And I think I'm going to start working on a stonecutter immediately. And we'll drop that down here. Can't assign that resource still. We've got production in Corinthos. Everything is doing great in the city. And because of that, I'm going to grab a missionary. Kind of start reinforcing my religion, because I think it's been dropping a lot actually throughout my borders. So probably waited too long to do that, but we'll get started on it now. We're almost done repairing up here in our capital city. I think that's the last one.
In the lone glare of day, the snows descend upon that mountain. None beholds them there.
Looks beautiful. It's up here on that far north little island, and I was debating if I wanted to settle it or not, and I think that made my mind pretty clear that I'm going to do it. There's lots of happiness output from it, basically plus 18 from there, and look at all the rest of the happiness even just on this island. So not crazy beneficial, but enough for me to say, sure, why not? And we've got production ready in Corinthos. Again, everything is chugging along fine. I'm going to keep on the missionary train in that city for a little while. Same thing in our capital, I believe. I'm going to do a missionary as well. And this missionary, let's drop into Argos immediately. We need to reclaim that city. We can do that this turn. I'm going to see if I can spread here more than once. I don't think that it was going to let me last time, but maybe something's changed. We've got town growth again in Faycamp, and I think I'll grab, you know what, let's grab one of these tiles here. We'll take this into our borders now. Looks like someone just claimed that cave, unfortunately. Should have sent someone over there. Whether it's lazy or forgetfulness, I don't know, but I did it. Got to find the right spot to settle on that island and try and maximize everything that we can. Knossos is doing great in every aspect. Probably the guild hall is looking good for us here. And I think that's what I'm going to do. Let's see. Only one option for 7 gold and 2 influence, so we'll drop it there. We are also looking at Faycamp, 1,000 gold to convert. We can alternatively buy anything that we need for pretty significantly less, unless you're talking units, of course. Nothing is too wild here. I'm going to keep it as is for now. I'd be fine with converting soon. I just need to justify the 1,000 gold. And so Argos, let's see if it'll let me convert again. It did. I might end up using all 3 conversions in Argos just to try and solidify that city as my religion.
Knowing things in their true nature.
We finished theology there, and it looks like it gives us a policy card in our civic policies. That's +1 civilian movement, +1 charge for missionaries. That'd be pretty good to have. I think I'm going to take out the 30% towards endeavors here and plug that one in instead. We'll confirm it. We've got a narrative choice for 250 happiness or 125 science. The best one here is almost 2.5 turns of happiness as opposed to half a turn of science. We also need to grow our capital city. I think with where it's sitting at now, we're going to start exchanging for some science and culture as opposed to the food and happiness. So I'll plug in a specialist here in the capital city. Egypt is looking for some cultural exchange. We'll give it to her. Ooh, we have a new belief to select on our religion. We are struggling to get beyond 1%, but maybe these beliefs can help us. So it looks like we've got an enhancer belief available, and almost all of them are gone already. In fact, all of them are gone except for one, and that's +1 relic slot in temples and cities. So that's what we're stuck with. You can pause and take a look at what the other options are if you want, but we're going to plug that in and confirm it. We need to select our next research, and I think I'm just going to grab Reformation right away so I don't forget that it's there. 7 more turns. Argos is looking for production. Gold is gone negative, so the guild hall is looking positive, and we'll plug it in there. And our capital city, let's get back into the science for a few turns, science conversion. We're at 254 right now per turn, and we've got another missionary that's spread here in this capital city. And we've got we got 2 spreads left with this missionary in Argos, but for some reason or another, it will not allow me to spread in Argos. Let's see if I can spread around it. I did read somewhere that you can spread in districts, urban districts, if it allows. I'm not sure what equates to allowing it, but it's not letting me spread, so I'm going to send it over to Bidet. I did get a notice that we had a new work. Yeah, allocate a great work to a building. +2 culture, +2 happiness. And we'll kind of balance it, 1 in each city for now. We are on land here, and I think this is probably large enough for 2 settlements if we wanted. I don't know that I need to do that. However, I think I'd like to settle on the coast. So if I settle here, 1, 2, 3 allows me to grab all these wonder tiles. It would still leave something up here to settle if I wanted. 1, 2, 3, I would grab 1 jade, but not this jade, which is unfortunate. I still do get this jade here, though. I would also get the pearls. I think that this tile is probably the best tile, so we'll get set up there and settle next turn. And we're ready to settle, so let's plop down and we get Lundrus. We immediately have to grow this city. There's several great options. I want to start food first and happiness to make sure they stay loyal and growing. The best option was the 2 food, 2 happiness here, and it'll get me 1 of the wonder tiles into my borders. This Carrick has got a little bit of movement. Once he regains it, we're going to send him to the north of this continent, maybe. We're going to start this turn with a crisis narrative. We're gaining 1 more crisis policy slot. We're also going to get a pikeman gift from Kiev. That's nice. Take it. Rowan is ready to grow again. I'm not too many great tiles here. I'll grab this one here. Maybe we can get a +3 food, 2 happiness tile next turn, or next growth. Corinthos is looking for production. I would be inclined to say this is going to be another missionary. We're trying to reinforce our religion here, and not what I wanted to select there, faith. We're sitting at 1% still, so definitely a lot to do there. We have a new crisis slot here that we need to fill, and tons of new options. I think I'm going to grab this one here, the oppressive tariffs. It's -1 gold for specialists, and I think we only have like 2 or 3 specialists. So we'll grab that one. Definitely want to stay away from negative happiness. Even though we're pumping it out, when you go negative, you start to run into a bunch of issues that I don't want to deal with or put up with. So we've got plenty of gold. We're making a lot of gold. I think the time to convert a town to a city rather is probably upon us. Let's grab Rowan and we'll convert that to a city. And if we switch over to production, we can see what we're producing here now. Production in the city would be great to boost, so either the sawmill or stone cutter. Doesn't particularly matter to me. We'll drop 1 down there. Still can't plug in this resource anywhere, so We'll exit out of our resource screen for now. This missionary here, I think I'm going to try and get Rowan to convert. I do want to stay focused on my cities and towns for now. Once we get everyone in our border converted, then we can start trying to push it out of our border, but at the moment, it is really struggling to stay active inside our own territory. So, and we do have another missionary. I know I said I wasn't going to do this, but we'll send him north, because I think one missionary will be enough to complete all of our territory. Still no more land over here. We do have one extra settlement limit this era, but I worry with the crisis going on that we might lose that cap. So I'm going to stay at 8 probably for the rest of this era. And this missionary cannot spread in Rowan anymore. We'll send him up to Knossos. And we've got our pike here in Fig Camp. We can leave him just on alert there. We're going to continue to send our Carrick in. We found the continent, so now we can sort of automate where he's going to go next. We finished urban planning. We have a growth in Corinthos. Not any terribly great. I guess this one would probably be the best specialist slot, but we're also getting docked for specialist at the moment. So let's grow, and I think I'm going to grab this tile here. I lied. This tile here. 3 production and 2 happiness. We need to take a look at our tech tree, and we've only got 2 techs left. I think I'm going to finish it out, and then I'll drop back and grab any masteries that I really want. Some of them are only 1 turn, so we should have enough time to do that. Our missionary in Knossos can spread again. We'll do it. We've got town growth in our new town of Lundris. I'm going to grab this wonder tile. That'll grant us both the other wonder tiles into our borders as well. Corinthos is ready for production. Whoops, didn't mean to click on whatever I just clicked on. I think it's going to be the hospital, plus 8 food if we get it on the right tile here. And I'm going to drop it just on this one. Yep, convert to an urban district. We need to reassign. And that will move, we'll do this 3 production, 1 gold tile there. And our missionary here is not able to spread. Let's send them down to Bidet. And this one can't spread either. We still have a foothold here in our city-state. Venice could be converted, but I think I'm going to go north with this one. We have production ready in Argos. Gold is a little bit lacking, only 6 per turn, so maybe we can grab a bank. We can also bump production further with the armorer, or hospital grant food. Ooh, plus 9 on a university. I can't pass that up, so plus 9 it is. Our capital is also available for production. Gold here is a little bit low, so let's take a look at our bank. Looks like there's some plus 6 options. We got a good plus 5 option here as well, but I'm going to go with the plus 6 right next to the Serpent Mound there. In Knossos, the bank looks great, hospital looks great. Let's see what we can drop where. Plus 8 bank, done. Didn't need to convert a district or anything, so that's an easy choice there. In Ostia, we do really need to get production up. It is not very great in this city. I think a good step in the right direction would be the shipyard. We've got 2 options for plus 6, and I think I'm going to take the plus 5 though. I lied, I'll take one of the plus 6s. It'll be this one here. We'll convert it to a district there. Because we took that tile away, we need to work another tile. We've got plenty of fishing tiles to choose from. I'll just take this one. And our conversion in Bidet is done. Fecamp is still holding for our religion, so we'll explore further into Egypt's lands there. Oh, we can convert this turn. We'll do it. Let's see, still 1%. This is proving to be very difficult to get any sort of improvement on. Can I spread if I step in here again? I can. Can this Carrick make it through the northern pass? The answer is maybe. I'm wondering how that even happened. I didn't think you could pass through those tiles, but Lafayette has a ship that's definitely within an iceberg. We're going to use our last missionary spread here in Egypt's territory. And as fast as we're spreading, we are fighting everyone else spreading in our land. So that's painful. Very similar to Civ 6 though, so not too shocking. Let's take a look. We got 3 options here on this narrative choice. This is one of the crisis, it looks like. 3 options. One is minus 10 happiness in all cities. That would be a lot. Minus 10 happiness in all towns. That would be minimal, and we could convert because we have the gold. We can also grab -10 happiness in all settlements in distant lands, which I'm not certain what quantifies that, but I think we have a few. I'm going to take the town one here, and we're down to 54 happiness. Let's see. Whoops, I want to click on the town here. -8. So we either pay. We would only get +4 out of 400, or we pay 1,000 and just convert it. And we've got the gold. I think I'm going to do it. I might be getting slightly penalized for all that, but so be it. Lundris is another town here. Ooh, -22. Oh my goodness. Even with all the happiness in the land there. That's not good. We need to convert this. I don't want to lose that town. And production. We're going to repair that base camp or whatever that said it was. I think that covers... I think everything is now a city. I don't think I have a single town. And we're back to 66 happiness. We have a celebration going on here. So we need to select either 20% culture and science for 10 turns. That'd be huge. Or 100% influence for 10 turns. Whereas 54%, or sorry, 54 influence, but we've got a bunch of influence. I'm going to take the 20% culture and science. It looks like I have a few policy slots to fill here. I'm just going to plug in trade winds to that open policy slot and confirm it. I think, it's going to make me fill this other slot even though I don't want to. Yeah, this is why I didn't want to settle my 9th town, or settlement rather. It would drop me to 7, and then I'm going to get a negative happiness modifier for everything. We're not at war with anyone, so I think the -6 combat strength on all military units is going to be the move here. We'll plug it in. We're getting close to the end of that crisis, which is great. We don't have any resources to fill in here. We cannot spread with this missionary in this town anymore, so we'll send him further up north. And he can spread this turn, so we'll do that. Ooh, it does not... Oh, maybe. There might be a slight passageway through here. Anyway, we're going to play our one last turn here. We finished a civic research here. Is there anything worth plugging in or out? I think that there probably is going to be. These two here are very similar, religious orders and rationalism. 15% gold in science or culture and happiness for cities converted to your religion. I would love to get both of them in here. Let's see what is not working for us. I don't need to be producing naval units. That'll grant religious orders. And why don't we take out commune, 20% production towards overbuilding, and 3%, or sorry, +3 combat strength for fortified defenses, and plug in rationalism. That'll set our policy slots there. Take a look at our civics tree. And is there anything in the Normans that I want to grab? I don't know that I'm dying to get any of these, so let's stay on the exploration civics tree here. And we need to grab either colonialism or society. And I'll do, society. Plug that in. We've got production in Fey Camp. We just need to be repairing everything for now. We'll stay on that. And this missionary is done spreading here, or can't spread here rather. Has 4 spreads remaining. I don't know how far I'm willing to send them out of my territory. Maybe I try and grab these cities throughout here. And this missionary is also out of spreading in that region. Why don't we... He's only got 1 spread left. Let's go to Baghdad. Moment of truth. Can this Carrick make it through? Yes, maybe. That is a mega ship, whatever that is. We'll see. Well, maybe if this ship moves, we might make it through this ice area. Anyway, that'll be in next episodes for you to find out. So come back and see if we can make it through that glacial passage. And if you like this episode, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for joining.